Hey there, Trail Mafia. So today I thought about, let's change our camera angles on the YXZ here. So previously I had this set up with a camera facing here and a rear facing camera that was mounted under there right here. I'm not using the rear camera angle nearly as much as I thought I was going to. So I ended up switching it up and putting a new camera mount up here, and I moved the rear camera up front here, and figured I'd go through and show you some of this, and then we'll go on a little ride here in a bit. So let me get this thing turned on, and we can go through and I can show you guys how I set up my cameras and how this all usually works. Alright, so I got the rough layout of this. I gotta get some zip ties in there to hold this camera wire up there. I got my other camera mounted under the mirror here, and my control box is located right here. This is what controls your cameras. You also get your SD card in there. So this is a Thinkware M1 system, and works really well. It's 1080p, has the ability to upload to a memory card. There is a couple downfalls to this one. One being that you can only hold up to a 64 gigabyte memory card, SD card, and the other one is that it records in 1 minute segments. So as far as that goes, all we got to do is go in there and compile all the front and rear camera footage together, and we can make a long-lasting loop of how it is, which turns into the videos that I end up putting up on the YouTube. So let's get in here and look at this. So right here you will see that little round circle. That is actually my microphone, my record button, and my Wi-Fi button. That is all specifically there, one, because it doesn't catch scab noise, you know, us talking, stuff like that, too much, and it also allows us to play music without having copyright issues. So your wires come down through here. I got one connection right there, the other connection's down here by the box. Your Thinkware box is pretty simple here. You have an upload and a download cable there, and you also have your memory card slot, and it's sealed, so you can just do this. Okay, as far as that goes, there's nothing else in this. This is just an M1 system. It's made for off-road vehicles, so it's actually a waterproof system, so I went with it. As far as back here, I have a pretty complicated mount set up, limited to what I can actually put onto this whenever I'm doing all this. So that mount, I actually pieced together a bunch of other stuff to make it work, but that one's there. In the rear, there is another mount back here on top of the speaker if I ever do want to run another camera in the rear. I just wasn't using the camera in the rear enough, so it didn't make sense to me. As far as that, I run the cable up front, and I have the front camera. The front camera usually gives a wider view versus the rear camera, and a little bit better quality, so you will have that. I did like the fact that I had a cab camera, so that's why I put the rear one on there, and for the cab, and I have the front up here. So we'll take a quick breather. I'm gonna get everything set up so I can show you guys how to program these and aim your cameras. So I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm back. First thing you want to do is kick your power on. My power's down there. I now have this panel up here. I have a camera switch right here, so flip the camera switch on, and then you come back here and a little button. This one, once it has power, you have to do this, and there's a little blue light here that got messed up on mine. Can't really see it too well. A little bit right there. So you hit the Bluetooth or the Wi-Fi button. Now you come into your phone and you go into your Wi-Fi. What you're gonna have to do is go into your details, disconnect from your current Wi-Fi. Oh, actually you shouldn't have to. You'll see Thinkware CB come up. So that's what you want to do. That's the Wi-Fi network you want to be on. So go to your Thinkware app, or your Thinkware, connect to it. You are not going to have internet connection that's going to yell and scream about it. You'll be fine. So you hit back, and then you go into your Thinkware app, okay? This is going to require you to register it, which means go through the whole thing, set up everything. I already did that so we didn't have to mess around with it. But you'll see at the top, connect the dash cam, you click on that, go through the whole process. So it tells you once you're able to do that, you can go from there. So you have your settings in here. Let's reconnect to a dash cam. So now it is connected, and you can hit disconnect to disconnect from it. So you go into your dash cam settings. This is where you can change your record settings, night vision, image stabilization, which will turn on, and then you go to system settings. You can change everything: daylight savings time, speed units. I turn my speed stamp off because I don't need it. You go to camera settings here. You get your brightness in the front, dark, mid, bright. Rear is bright, dark, mid. Rotate in the front camera, so that does a 180 on it, so that an upside down image is that. Rotate on the rear camera is disabled. That's just how it was. Memory card, you can do that. You can format your memory card so that you format it to it. Right now I have a 64 gig memory card in there, which is the biggest I can go with this one. You have continuous priority, and you can do manual priority as well, meaning that continuous always takes over and it'll erase anything to make room. So it'll start at the beginning and it'll record till it's full, and it'll start back over to the beginning, start deleting till it's full again. So you got to be mindful when it comes to that. So then we'll go out here. You got your dash cam info. It tells you how many gigabytes you have left on your card. You're connected to that, this, that, and everything else. You can even go through that and do everything else. You have a live view here of your actual files. You can go through here. It'll give you dates and times. The times are never right. As many times, because I set mine up on switch, it actually deletes it. So you got your front and rear times here. This is your continuous. If you have manual, it'll actually say manual on there, and then you can go to all, and it'll tell you from there, front and rear, and so on and so forth. So, and you can have download to download that, and you got your support app info here. So we'll go back to our toolbox. We'll hit our live view. So give it a second to line up. So you can see the crosshairs here. So all I'm going to do is come up here, and this is a little laggy, so you got to be in mind, small movements at a time. You got to turn the camera. You can see right here, I'm turning the camera very slightly, and all that's going to do is down here, as you can watch it, and you'll see it turn the camera. So we want to line that blue line up pretty much with that fire extinguisher, or the fire hydrant, sorry, extinguisher. So small movements usually end up making it a little bit better, and you can take the camera, hold down and adjust it, whatever you guys do. So let's say I want to pick up the front end so that I'm hitting something when I'm coming up to an obstacle. You can see the front of the buggy overcome the obstacle before it goes on, and then from this point it's a little bit easier to aim it left to right, and that looks pretty good to me. Now up here you'll have the rear. You can also turn these grid lines off so you don't have them. Front and rear, you can hit the rear, and now we can go into the rear camera. That is essentially right here, which is going to be this camera right here, which is my rear. So all I'm going to do is turn the camera, turn it, and just keep doing adjustments, small adjustments at a time. It takes a second. There's about a second lag on it, so you gotta, that's why it's important to do the small increments first. So we got that. Now we can adjust our angle. Let's say we want to point it down a little bit more, so you can get the cat angle a little bit more. Now you can do a little more adjustment. So that's where you want to go. Try to level out the camera. That actually looks pretty decent. So At that point, you're all set up. You can close out of this and go from there. So I'm gonna get set up, and I'm actually going to take Gunner out for another ride. Trying to get him used to being in a side-by-side as much as possible, and you guys will see the footage from that ride. Alright, be back in a bit. Alright, so we got all of our camera adjustments finalized, got everything put back together. I got Gunner in there, all tied in, ready to go. So we're gonna go on a little ride, and we're gonna test out these new camera angles. Nothing too crazy. It's a small ride out the road and then back home. Maybe out for an hour or two and come back. So if you guys like these new camera angles, let me know. Comment, likes, going from there. So we'll get into this footage of me running down these trails with this new camera setup. All right. So we made it up to Eagles Point. This is all we were planning on doing today. Got Gunner over there messing around with a pile of ash and whatever. Come on, get over here. And he did pretty well. He did get car stick on the way up here. We'll have to get better at that, probably get some Dramamine. But if you guys like the new camera angle, let me know. And we'll keep it. If you think there's a better place to put a camera, just let me know. Go ahead, comment on this, like the video so I know you guys enjoyed it, and share if you get the chance to do it. I'm really trying to get my subscribers up, so if you want to do that, that's awesome. Other than that, hope you guys have a great day, and thanks for watching. See you later.